Well, I'm not sure exactly how this is supposed to work, author. What with the narrator and asking him for help? Do I just talk to him out loud? Seems kind of crazy, you know. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm a little lost. There's leaves everywhere and, well, it's making the path hard to see. I'm glad that Gerda seems to be okay and that the prince and princess sent her off in a gold carriage lined with cookies and stuffed with fruit and gingerbread, which seems a little excessive, I might add, but, well, I could use a break of my own. Or maybe even just a sign. Something to let me know I'm headed in the right direction.
Right this way, you say?
What? Who are you?
You hear that, Majesty? A gold carriage filled with goodies headed right this way.
Indeed. Sounds ripe for the harvest.
No, that's not what I said.
And look, another little birdie for my collection.
Me? I'm not a bird.
Oh, what do I care? You'll hang in a cage all the same.
Author, now would be a really great time for some help.
Aw, don't think he's coming, my ripe little melon. But don't worry, you're a guest of the robber queen now, and we'll take real good care of you. Isn't that right, robber girl?
I don't know, she seems kind of old. Don't you think that'll make her a little tough?
Showtime, girlie. Not a sound or your little friend in the carriage gets it. Robbers in the trees, follow me. Ah!
Please just let me go. I'm not worth anything to you.
I don't let anything go.
How plump and how tender the little girl in the carriage looks. Just as if she'd been fattened up. Yeah, she's a fat little lamb. What a dainty dish she will be. Yeah, boys?
Yeah! Protect her!
Ow, you beastie brat!
I want the one in the carriage. She shall play with me.
Hold on.
I want to ride in the carriage. Oh, don't worry. They shan't kill her. Oh, unless I get angry with her. Oh, she must be a princess.
No, she's not. She's just a poor girl in a pretty dress looking for her friend.
You know, even if I should get angry with her, they shan't kill her, because I'll do it myself.
All right, boys. Looks like we're walking. Go on ahead of the camp, and I'll bring up the rear with this one. You won't try anything foolish, will you, my little pumpkin?
Ritva looks down at her feet. No, actually, I won't.
Why's that?
I'm on exactly the path that I need to be.
You don't say. Most people aren't this calm with a knife at their back.
I don't guess I'm most people then.
I guess not. What brings you this far in the woods anyway?
I'm following a path to save a girl named Lumi.
Lumi? I ought to gut you where you stand.
You know her?
I did.
Let me guess. She was your sister.
How'd you know that? You some sort of psychic?
No, it just seems to be a sort of theme along my journey. I've met Berna and Suvi too.
Yeah, well now you've met Tula. For all the good it will do ya.
You don't seem to miss Lumi very much though, or be afraid for her like the other two.
Yeah, 'cause I'm older than them, and I remember better. Lumi was many fine things, but she was also proud. That's what got us into this mess. She invited trouble in like an old pal, and now we can't get rid of it.
So, how does the curse affect you?
I should think it's pretty obvious. Clear as the crooked nose on my face.
Yes, but I'm learning to look beyond the surface.
For each of us, it's tied to what we love. That's how curses work. They take what is good and turn it into a tool for evil. Berna loved to grow things for people. So now she lives alone. And Suvi, he loved to dream big dreams, so now they haunt him. And I loved laughter and the spice of life, so now all my delicious treats have turned into cruel tricks.
So, there's more than just the physical change.
Yes, my looks were just the first to be stolen. And then my husband, with his good intentions, tried to protect Verna. Perhaps you saw the wooden soldiers outside Verna's house?
Yes, they were very lifelike.
That's because they used to be alive. My husband and Verna's suitor. He was always so solidly honorable, and now he's solidly wood.
I'm so sorry.
You don't even know the half. While I waited and waited, desperately watching for him to return, our castle, once filled with so much joy, crumbled into a ruin. I tried to protect it, and I begged my friends for help, but their loyalty seemed to have been looted along with my golden china. So, it's just me and my daughter alone.
And what happened to her?
It was probably the cruelest theft of all. I almost wish she would have been turned into wood like her father. I know that's horrible to say, but you've met her. My beautiful, happy Autumn has become Robber Girl, a heartless terror that scares even me sometimes. So, you see, with all that's been taken from me, is it any wonder I became the Robber Queen?
But how is that helping? What good is it doing you to make things worse for others?
It's not about doing myself good. With my curse, I can't hold on to anything good anyway. It's like the tighter I try to hold on to it, the more it twists and decays in my grasp.
So why don't you let it go?
What?
People and things, even emotions like anger, aren't meant to be held onto so tightly. You either hurt them or you hurt yourself trying to keep such a tight grip on it. I've been finding a lot of peace in letting go and trusting the one who sees the whole forest, especially since all I can see right now is just these trees.
What? Who's that? Some giant in the sky? Sure would be nice if he'd warn us lowly ants down here about what's coming.
He does. He gives us his stories, and if we choose to trust him, his narrator.
What's a narrator?
It's like his voice or his spirit.
His spirit? What, like a ghost?
No, I'd say it's more like a wind.
Yeah. Well, I've stood in the wind before. I've been going against it since this whole curse started, screaming for help and begging for relief. The wind just throws it back in my face and blows on by, stripping everything away to be crushed underfoot like dead leaves.
In my garden, when dead leaves are stripped away, it makes room for what needs to grow. Don't fight against this wind. Turn around and follow it. Walk with it against your back. It will help you along and teach you what to ask for. He promises me he's listening and responding. It's just not always when or how I want.
Exactly. I can't have what I want, but I don't have what I need either. It's like I'm a scarecrow tied to a post. How am I supposed to fight off these birds doing nothing and wishing on a star?
Maybe you're on the post for a reason. Perhaps what you really need is to be still and watch him fight for you. He's not some genie bound to fulfill our every whim. If we could see what he sees, we wouldn't want him to, but if you're not asking him your questions, then how will you know when you're looking at his answers?
Well, it's kind of hard to see much down here in the mud.
But the mud doesn't change who you are.
And who's that?
Someone the author cares for. Many of your riches have been stolen, but he gives you access to all of his if you ask.
Well, Mom, I'm off to bed. The little girl will be held in my room tonight with all my animals.
Are you going to sleep with that knife with you?
I always sleep with my knife. You never know what can happen. The little girl will tell me a story before bed. I want to hear more about her friend Kai and why she's wandering the wide world in search of him.
Listen, I think you saving Lumi is about as likely as my robber girl letting go of her new plaything. We'll probably both die trying to make either happen, so get whatever rest you can tonight. Maybe ask your fairy godfather or whatever for help and see what happens.
Ritva follows the path towards the Robber Queen's camp.
Good morning, my dear nanny goat.
Yeah, off with you. She's up to something.
What? How do you know?
She was practically nice, and she was skipping. Neither is normal. She was probably waiting for me to tip back my liquid breakfast over here. That's usually when she gets into the most mischief. Here, you can watch from over there, and I'll pretend to pass out.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Ow! Hey! I let the girl go, okay? She was crying all night and talking about her dumb friend to my animals. She was useless in this state. I had to let her go. She'll probably die out there anyway.
I'm so proud of you, my dear.
Okay, I'm sorry I did it, all right? Don't suffocate me. Don't get your whiskers in a twist.
I don't know what kind of magic you worked.
No magic. I just asked the author to keep his story on track. I told you. He's listening and he's working his story out for our good and the good of his story. We just have to get a little more comfortable with expecting the unexpected.
Maybe you can save Lumi. I'm starting to think if anyone can get to her in time, it's you. But you better hurry.
Why? I mean, what am I rushing towards?
My robbers have brought me news from all over, and apparently the Snow Queen has been collecting pieces of an evil mirror. I believe the boy she's holding now has the final fragments. And if she gets them out of him before you can get there, him and Lumi will be lost forever and will be stuck in an eternal winter.
Okay. No pressure. I guess I should probably be on my way then.
And here, take my gloves. They've not got much magic, but maybe enough to help save Lumi. I'm thinking I shouldn't hold on to them any longer.
So long, and thank you, Tula.
It's been a while since I heard that from someone. I kind of like it.
Choose to trust. Follow the path. Look beyond the surface. Ask for help. Truly love through sacrifice. Choose to trust. Follow the path. Look beyond the surface. Ask for help. Truly love through sacrifice. Follow the path, which leads towards, I'm guessing, the Snow Queen's palace.
You have guessed correctly, foolish girl, though I doubt the reception will be as happy as you hoped.